Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone and have a good day. My name is Larina Orva Putri and I'm from SMA Negeri 2 Lamongan. Today I would like to tell you about the story under the title Laras, Liris and Two Girls of Kediri. Okay, let's get started. One day, twilight hit the earth of Mojopahit. The civil war resulted in Mojopahit becoming a sick kingdom and no longer having authority in its vassal countries. However, even though Mojopahit's situation was getting weaker at the time, Mojopahit was still too strong to be faced by Kediri alone. Moreover, Kediri still doubts whether the people on the north coast of Java, such as Gresik, Lamongan, Tuban, and Surabaya, who has embraced Islam alone. While at that time, they were the ones who controlled the arteries of trade in the archipelago, so that their role in the future could not be underestimated. Therefore, the Duke of Kediri thought about how to form a coalition with areas on the north coast of Java, until one day he heard the news that the region of Lamongan has two twin sons named Laras and Liris, because he also has two twin daughters named Dewi Anansari and Dewi Anandani. Then he intends to marry his twin daughters with the twin sons of the Lamongan region, as well as the first step to form a coalition. So, if he can form a coalition with Lamongan, then Mojopahit can be besieged from two directions, namely Kediri in the south and Lamongan in the north. Knowing the intentions of the Duke of Kediri, the region of Lamongan was undecided whether to accept or reject the plan of a coalition wrapped in marriage. If he accepted, he was afraid of Mojopahit's retaliations if his coup plans with Kediri against Mojopahit failed. But if he refused, and then Kediri succeeds in overthrowing Mojopahit, then Kediri will certainly also retaliate for his refusal. Besides, if there was another civil war, then the economy and trade, which at that time was controlled by the people on the north coast of Java, would surely be destroyed. Thinking of this, he became confused and decided to test the sincerity of the Duke of Kediri. Therefore, in the plan for a political marriage, the region of Lamongan proposed three conditions, namely, first, Dewi Anansari and Dewi Anandani must be willing to embrace Islam. Second, it is bride's family who must come to agree to the groom's family. Third, later the bride must come with gifts in the form of a water barrel and a mug, both of which must be made of stone. Hearing these conditions, it turned out that the Duke of Kediri was willing to fulfill them and ordered his two daughters to come every to Lamongan. So that inevitably the region of Lamongan was carried out the marriage. The day arrived. Dewi Anansari and Dewi Anandwani, accompanied by a large group of Kediri people, came to Lamongan. Laras and Liris, accompanied by Kipatih Mbah Sabilan, were ordered by their father to pick up the two daughters at the boundary of Lamongan city. At that time, Lamongan was experiencing a flood disaster. So, Dewi Anansari and Dewi Anandani could not help but lift their clothes up to their thighs so that they will not get wet. Unfortunately, because of this, Laras and Liris could see that it turned out that the legs of Dewi Anansari and Dewi Anandani were hairy like horsehair. So, Panji Laras and Panji Liris refused to marry Dewi Anasari and Dewi Andanwani and asked that the 10 weddings be cancelled. Hearing this, suddenly Dewi Anasari and Dewi Andanwani felt humiliated and embarrassed. So, they committed suicide right away in front of Panji Laras and Panji Liris. Seeing their lord humiliated to the point of committing suicide, the people of Kediri just became very angry and wanted to kill Panji Laras and Panji Liris. So, that war was unavoidable. Seeing that the lives of Panji Laras and Panji Liris were in danger, then Kipati Bahsabilan fought desperately to protect them. So that finally Kipati Bahsabilan had to die in order to protect the lives of Panji Laras and Panji Liris. After the Pati died, the Lamongan people were even more desperate. And finally, Panji Laras and Panji Liris died without their bodies being known. The just content to kill Kipati Bahsabilan and Panji Laras and Panji Liris, the people of Kediri pushed forward in the Dachi Hole. In the battle at the Dachi Hole, then the region of Lamongan also died. But before he breathed his last, the region of Lamongan had advised that his children and grandchildren should not marry Kediri people. Okay, that's all my story. I hope the tourists understand with my story. Thank you very much for your attention and see you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.